We are rapidly approaching that time of year once again where the leaks and rumors begin to surface about the upcoming Call of Duty title. And sooner or later, the official teasers will commence, and before we know it, the next Call of Duty title is going to be presented to us in full fashion. But so far this year, in terms of upcoming title talk, we've had some pretty wild things make their way into the equation. For instance, a new leak pertaining to a campaign-only edition of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered appearing on the PEGI rating site late last week. And with that, it seems like the majority of the Call of Duty community has already come to the conclusion that Call of Duty 2019 is going to indeed be Modern Warfare 4. So today, we're going to be taking a look at some prominent features that MW4 undeniably needs to succeed. What's up guys, Zachary Immortal here, welcome back to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Today we're jumping into the world of Modern Warfare 4 to take a look at 6 features the game needs to succeed and make a lasting impact here in the gaming industry. Before we do jump into all of that though, if you are new here to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with everything Call of Duty related, feel free to go ahead and subscribe with your post notifications turned on, that way you'll never miss another upload. As I said earlier, we are nearing that time of the year where the major leaks, rumors, teases, and eventual reveals will be popping up, and when all that stuff inevitably goes down, you'll be sure to find it here on the channel. Also, if you guys do enjoy the video, definitely drop a like on it as it does really help the channel grow. And now without further ado, let's get into what exactly Modern Warfare 4 is going to need to succeed. For starters, the post-launch support in MW4 is going to need to be huge and frequent. We currently are in a time where players are becoming burnt out on games faster and faster due to a lack of frequent post-launch updates and support. I personally think the greatest example of this lies in Fortnite, where Epic Games has really set the bar at an unprecedented level in terms of post-launch support. And with that, Infinity Ward is definitely going to have to step it up from their previous years when it comes to expanding on the game after it releases. Black Ops 4 thus far has been claimed to be the most updated Call of Duty title in franchise history, and whether or not you think that statement is accurate, the idea of approaching a game with that mindset is essential in the gaming industry today. So above all else, one of the biggest features Modern Warfare 4 is going to need right off the bat is increased post-launch support. Getting into the specifics, I'm really talking developer transparency and frequent community updates on what exactly Infinity Ward has planned for the future updates to the game, both based around content and core gameplay. Of course, things like new weapons and camos and maps are basically guaranteed at this point every year, and really just taking into account community requests and feedback personally I think is a huge added benefit. Treyarch has been kind of on and off with this thus far, with things like the hater literally being shot down on stream by David Vonderhaar, but at the same time we have also seen things like the Maddox and the SOG have their recent nerfs cancelled out due to the community feedback about them. So to me, taking into account what the community is saying is a huge necessity for any game being a success in the end, especially Call of Duty. Continuing on though, the second feature that I think Modern Warfare 4 absolutely needs, and honestly as does every other Call of Duty title going forward, is that of no exclusivity in place between the platforms. The current platform exclusivity that we have in place, I think, causes so much more harm than good, and even though it might result in a nice chunk of change for Activision and Sony initially, I think in the long run, the removal of platform exclusivity would be incredibly beneficial to Call of Duty's success rate. As it currently stands, PlayStation 4 users get access to all DLC content and even some core features like League Play 7 days before Xbox One and PC users are able to experience it. And while this exclusivity contract is certainly a step up from the previous month separation between the platforms, exclusivity in the end, 1, ruins anticipation for 2/3 of the platforms, and 2, limits Call of Duty's overall potential. Number 2 here is really where I want to focus in on, because with an exclusivity contract in place, regardless of which platform gets the content first, there is absolutely zero chance for any sort of crossplay. Of course, initially popularized by Fortnite, the ability to play with your friends across Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and even Nintendo Switch and mobile devices in some cases is huge for gaming. And the games that do have crossplay implemented are currently reaping the rewards. But here in Call of Duty, there is no such reaping being done because the exclusivity content ruins any chance of crossplay ever happening. Obviously, you cannot have cross-platform play when 1/3 of the players are getting content that's not available on the other 2 platforms. For instance, take a look at the Damon 3XB and SWAT RFT DLC weapons that we saw introduced to the game with the launch of Operation Absolute Zero. These weapons became available in Blackout immediately on PlayStation 4 when they released, and also on Xbox and PC 1 week later. But if you had cross-platform play in effect, it wouldn't work at all, because all of the platforms would have to have the same content available at all times for compatibility reasons. Thus, the removal of exclusivity contracts would allow for a lot of growth to happen between the platforms, and perhaps eventually cross-platform play to an extent could become a thing, amongst the general fairness of everyone getting content at the same time. And this year, I do genuinely feel bad for those of you who do play on Xbox and or PC, because by the time the new content is actually released for you guys, it's really not that exciting anymore. Anyways, moving on, the third feature I think Modern Warfare 4 needs to succeed is more worthwhile rewards achieved by grinding. Now, this is not something that is going to necessarily impact the casual players, regardless of whether or not it's in the game, but for YouTubers, streamers, and all those players who end up playing the game day after day, there is a point that literally everyone hits where essentially they hit a brick wall and the motivation and grind factors behind playing the game are all gone. For instance, here in Black Ops 4, I have already achieved Master Prestige in multiplayer, and I've also got Dark Matter there as well. Now, all I really got left to do is 100% completion, which I don't really care about too much, and also level 1000, which is gonna kinda happen naturally as I continue to play. But frankly, neither of those objectives really reward me with anything worthwhile outside of some calling cards and level icons, and even then, I don't really have too much interest in either of those things. But adding in some exclusive gear, or even if they exist in Modern Warfare 4, weapon variants or mastercrafts or whatever they could potentially be called, would, for me at least, take this grind that I'm not so sure if I want to continue on with and turn it into something that genuinely benefits my gameplay experience. Infinite Warfare, if I remember correctly, did have some prestige rewards in the form of different weapon variants, and I for one know a lot of players would grind out certain prestiges just so they could get that one specific weapon variant. And I think a system like that, or just a system of grindable rewards, is definitely something that Modern Warfare 4 would greatly benefit from. Keeping the list rolling here, feature number 4 is going to be very straightforward in Leaderboards. This is something that we've had in Call of Duty for years now, up until Infinite Warfare, where the game launched without them, but eventually got them after a very lengthy delay. But now here in Black Ops 4, here we are once again, and we have no leaderboards outside of our friends list, and players everywhere are livid. There is a pretty sizable community out there filled with players who do enjoy grinding leaderboard ranks, and to take away what seems like such a simple feature, I think is a big leap backwards. So with that, leaderboards are an absolute must for me when Modern Warfare 4 launches. And piggybacking off of that, feature number 5 that I also think MW4 needs to succeed is public combat records. This of course goes hand in hand with global leaderboards and has been a staple in Call of Duty titles in the past for many years. Like leaderboards though, a public combat record system is something that is MIA here in Black Ops 4, and truth be told, I do not think that it'll go over very well if MW4 comes along and there is no way to view the stats of players all around the world. Finally, the sixth feature that I think Modern Warfare 4 needs when it launches is some sort of callable nuke or other team wiping and or game ending kill streak. Whether this callable nuke performs like the Moab and simply eliminates everyone on the other team, or if it performs like the nuke and actually ends the game, I think some form of callable nuke variant is a must-have. Infinity Ward's previous 4 titles in Infinite Warfare, Ghosts, Modern Warfare 3, and Modern Warfare 2 all had a nuke variant included, so I really do see no reason why MW4 wouldn't have one, but nonetheless, I sincerely think that it is a feature that attracts a ton of players. Sure, we can get a nuclear here in Black Ops 4 and other titles, but there's just some extra level of satisfaction involved when you physically call in a nuke or Moab or whatever else that I personally cannot get enough of. With that said though, that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. Of course, if there is a feature that you guys think MW4 needs that I didn't mention in this video, definitely drop your thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, or if you're just excited for Modern Warfare 4, drop a like on it and give it a big old thumbs up, as it would be much appreciated. And if you guys are brand new here to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with everything relating to Modern Warfare 4 or Call of Duty 2019 in general, by all means consider subscribing with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll never miss another upload. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.